how did you finance your first deal?
Yes, good question. So, and how we really found that deal, right, is we just didn't know any better. So we found it through an agent. A real estate agent brought it to us and said, hey, look, this is what I think it's worth. I think you can do it that way, right? And so we leveraged it. I reached out to some guys. I just found like hard money lenders or whoever that could finance. I didn't have any money. I was in college, right? So I was working full time and all of that. So we found a lender. Hey, we said, hey, look, we'll do everything. We'll do all the construction. We'll manage the project. We'll make sure it works. And you just fund the deal. We'll split the profits 50-50. And so we had a lender that was like, all right, you guys seem cool. Like, and it was me and my dad, right? It was really me, but my dad was just kind of there to encourage me.
Yeah.
And so we found this deal. Our first rehab, we lost 37 grand. Woo! Yeah, that was a win, right? That was more money than I had made in a year. And so I said to the lender, I'm like, hey, look, we don't know what we're doing, obviously, but I told you I would pay you this money back. And so I would make monthly interest payments to this guy on that $37 difference or $37,000 difference until we found our second property. Same thing. 6 months later, we found our second property and we flipped it. We made 39,000 bucks. I gave 100% of that money to our investor. I said, bro, taking a chance on me means more than you know. And here I want to pay you back. Right. And so we made him whole. Everything was good. Now I had done a really sucky deal. We did everything wrong. We over rehabbed. We overshot the ARV. We bought it too high. We made every mistake possible. And then we had just done one that we made really good money on. And so now I'm like, okay, I totally get it now. I've done a really sucky deal and I've done a really good deal. And I think that we could make money in this. So we started doing like wholesaling before wholesaling was a thing, right? We would negotiate short sales. And so that used to be a hot commodity, notice of default.
Very much so. Yeah.
Stuff like that. So we would negotiate, we would do an A to B closing and then a B to C closing. And we used to do that a lot. And maybe we would change out paint and carpet and stuff like that in between. But for the most time, it was just like wholesaling is now, right? It kind of evolved into wholesaling, but it was just working with the banks instead of with the homeowners. Yeah. And so that's kind of the path we took. We did a lot of those kind of deals where we would just either small flip them or wholesale them, kind of do those double closing deals. And then we just started evolving. Those kind of went away. That 2012, 2013 era, notice of defaults kind of went away. The economy came back. And then we really just doubled down onto flipping. And in the meantime, I'm climbing the corporate ladder, right? I'm a COO. I've graduated college. I had multiple degrees. And I always knew though that I felt like I was trading time for money, right?
So at this point, this is just kind of your side hustle hobby.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I would do 1 or 2 a year, maybe, right? And then it was always just finding them through my network. I have agents that would bring me deals or, you know, I'd come across something and we'd find a deal. It just wasn't really aggressive. It was just something, hey, I love doing this. And I really like that satisfaction of flipping these houses. But I was like, man, I'm going to be a COO, right? That was my train of thought, that I need to be a corporate Fortune 500 guy. So I had worked my way up to that. I graduated college. I was a COO. I was working 80 hours a week, still flipping houses on the side, right? I would hire a GC or someone to manage my projects because I just didn't have the time to do that. So still doing real estate. I kind of started evolving. I hired a GC. We partnered on some deals. It ended up not going well. And then I started getting some traction, right? That I was doing a lot more real estate. And it came to this point that it was funny because I was like, I felt like I was losing money by going to my W-2 job.
Yeah.
So, like I was spending more time doing real estate anyway. So it kind of came to this crossroads that I was going to quit or they're going to fire me because I probably wasn't performing at a high level in my job because my passion was in real estate. I really wanted that freedom of time, but freedom financially as well. And I feel like it's a really hard balance in corporate America to get that. You can have a lot of money, and I made a lot of money in corporate America, but I worked my butt off and I would travel all the time. And I was, you know, I had 127 employees and it was just a lot of work, right? A lot of stress for trading that time for money. And I knew that real estate was that avenue that I could have both. So that's where we really picked up. We closed on 2 properties. And I remember coming home to my wife. I'm like, hey, we closed on these 2 houses. We did pretty well on them. We have about a 6-month runway that, you know, we could just go for it. And she's like, no way, right? You're not going to quit your job. You have 401k, you have health insurance, you have all this stuff. And she's like, no, you can't quit your job. So anyways, we talked about it. We prayed about it. We thought about it. And she's like, all right, I'll give you a 6-month window. You have 6 months to start a business and be successful at it. I was like, all right, I'll take it. That's a great opportunity. If not, I'm highly educated. I could go get another corporate America job.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you always got to fall back.
Yeah, so we took that leap, right? That was 3 years ago. We took that leap and said, hey, look, I want to do this thing. And we've just been growing it ever since. And now it's really cool. Like, we're buying these houses that I don't even have to see anymore. I've just really built this good business with these systems and processes that we're flipping houses in 7 days. And I just have a really good infrastructure of teammates that can help me be successful as well. So that's kind of, you can kind of see that evolution of me pulling all-nighters, Sterling. Like, that was me 100%. I would pull all-nighters and do all of that. And now I don't even see a lot of these houses that we're flipping.